Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today it's a nice and early morning out there. We've got this whole day to shoot this video. I'm very excited. Of course, it seems we are all under COVID-19 lockdown, but I'm going to show you there are many things to find in and around the house that could inspire a design concept. These little catalysts, they could come from anywhere at any time. So follow me, let's see what we can find.
Architecture concepts.
Okay, walking the yard. We're definitely gonna find something out here to inspire a building concept. Let's just have a look. Okay, I've got a lot of wood here. Wood and more wood. We could of course build something scale 1:1, but maybe not for this video, maybe for another video. A lot of wood. Natural stone. Now, there's gonna be something out here, I'm sure. Let's go and have a look in the garage. Oh, the workshop. Of course, many things can happen in here. Look, we've got these small glass planes. These ones, if we break this, it could definitely inspire design concept. The SHARD. Let's just have a look here in the corner. I know I've got some off-cut tiles. Yes, these ones, they will be great. Inspiring a design concept. We're gonna break this. We've got tile shards, we've got glass shards. We've got a great building concept on its way. Let's take this to the drawing table and experiment with what this has to offer. Great, I'm excited. Let's do this. Let's get this concept underway. I've got the inspiration run in front of me. Here it is, all these shots. The edges very sharp all round, so I should be careful. But what I found truly unique about these shots is indeed its uniqueness. The form it suggests. I don't even know what to call these forms. It's just these arbitrary shard-like forms. But that is the beauty, and that is what we will be inspired by. Oh, look at that. There it is. It fits perfectly together. Match made in heaven. And then on this side, I've got the shots of the tile that broke. These tiles, definitely not a full-bodied tile. All these shapes are truly unique, these asymmetrical forms, and there's so much inspiration here to generate a design concept. Now, in moving forward, there are a few options available to us. We should definitely look at precedents as well. The most well-known, Renzo Piano's SHARD in London, the stacking together of shards suggesting then space on the inside. So that could be a possibility. Or SHARD, the Vitra fire station. Or of course, Daniel Libeskind. He's the master in generating these abstract shard-like forms, suggesting very complex spaces on the interior. Or we could be inspired by something more abstract, that moment of impact. And when I watched the video back in slow motion, it was remarkable to me when these shards came into being. There were these spaces in between, these negative spaces that were also very dynamic. Let's start with a concept model and see where that takes us. Who knows? Just by looking at the white of the style, I think we should do definitely a white monotone model for this video. Now this is definitely not the ideal blade or cutter to use when building models. I found this one in the workshop this morning. The blade you're looking for is the one with the different segments, so you can just snap that off and have a sharp edge every single time you cut. I'll get my hands on one after this lockdown. For now, this one will do. So let's start by generating form inspired by the segments or the shards as we created earlier this morning. Right. I'm just going to cut a few arbitrary shapes, arbitrary forms that could essentially suggest dynamic spaces, interesting spaces, complex spaces. That is what I'm after. Where you see this first plane on the base, that is where your mind kicks into design mode, starting to think about different ideas, different options, generating space and form. Okay guys, so there we have it. the very first object or structure or form inspired by the idea of the shard. This arbitrary form, very edgy-like. What I've done here is to create these openings that suggest that moment of impact. Now, one might argue it is still very object-driven, but when the whole complex is complete, the combination or ensemble of shard-like structures, that is where the spaces in between will be celebrated. Let's continue. Okay, so at this point I'm just playing around with a few ideas, and what I've done here is to create a space that is more enclosed. Here we've got something that's a bit more open, but the idea of something that is breaking apart is surely evident. So let's continue and make a bit more of this moment of impact. Something should definitely happen in the center here that breaks this thing apart. The idea of a composition that suggests an explosion from the center, as well as the idea of linearity, I think would be very interesting, and we are looking for something that is very dynamic. Okay, so sometimes you find yourself at these crossroads where you are looking at your concept design and the composition, something looks odd or off, and that's fine. Do not be scared of breaking your concept apart or changing a few things, and I find myself currently at that exact position where I need to introduce something to this concept design just to lift it to another level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce one of these shards in the concept design itself, just to give it some boldness, just to breathe some life into it. And it seems we've got a building concept. Now this concept in particular will resonate with some, others might find it hideous and ugly and unordered and unsorted and all over the place, and rightfully so. That moment of impact, there was a lot of disorder, it was chaotic. Now earlier in the video I mentioned those spaces in between that was significant to me, and that is what I tried to capture in this building concept, where the central space receives the priority, secondary to these shards of spaces that can be occupied and suggest accommodation. This is only one example of a building concept inspired by the shard. The possibilities are endless. I had a lot of fun generating this quick concept. Let me know in the comments below if there is perhaps a word or a phrase you would like to see being translated into a building concept. Let's see if we can make it happen.